Action! Hey, what's up guys? iSurf Tribe here again for another voiceover from some surfing footage that we did actually just earlier today in the morning. I got Atua.
Hey, what's up guys?
And this time we also have Keely.
Hello.
Yes, and that's actually Keely walking to the beach. So the waves are actually even smaller today, and you're going to see that when we get out there and you see some of the waves that we caught. You can see all the people that are not surfing, that are just walking around on the inside. They're like knee deep, and we're actually riding waves there.
Yeah, when the waves are really small, everyone's really close together.
And the water is super clear right now.
Yeah, that is the cool thing, is when it gets really small and there's not a lot of wind, it gets really clear, and it's great for snorkeling. And I believe, Tua, on your video today, right, you went snorkeling?
Yes, I did like an adventure snorkel.
Yeah, right around the
those rocks.
point, kind of like right where the rocks are, a little bit north of where we are. So if you guys want to see that, you can go over to Tua's channel at Tua Moy. You can look in our channels that we have. So what's going on, guys? What were you guys working on today?
Well, I've been kind of working on like a snap at the end, well, just in the wave. So, well, this was my first wave, and this was almost like a floater-ish thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really make it though.
Yeah, actually, one good thing about when the waves are small like this is you can really focus on little kind of maneuvers, and you don't really have to do a big bottom turn when it's small like this.
You also get to practice a lot more because you can sometimes get back out the back and catch another wave sometimes.
Yeah, you can catch tons of waves, and you can really try to like throw into a turn or whip the tail out or something, because it's not like you don't have to worry about a big wipeout or anything because you're not moving. And it's definitely good for speed generation. That's a huge thing when the waves get small like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was playing around. You can see how clear the water is. The water was like super clear. You can see
Crazy.
just forever. I don't even think the GoPro does it justice. Like if you have like goggles on, you can see.
Yeah,
that.
even in waves like this, you can just see the bottom of the sand.
Yeah, you can see how
That was a
shallow
nice
it is.
turn there.
Yeah, Keely's getting a lot better on her turns, so can't wait to get a little bit more, some bigger waves. And I think the Groms are getting ready for.
Here's a left. I did a little turn there.
Ooh.
It actually looks like I was pretty far away from that board, but I was actually like a foot away. I almost hit that longboard.
You almost
But
hit that longboarder.
But I had control of my board.
Yeah, Keely had control.
Yeah, I was working on getting more vertical.
Oh,
and
here's
then,
one where you guys are both going together.
Yeah,
Look
try
at
to
this.
spin my tail.
Keely's doing a turn and a two. That's a tandem turn.
I guess.
Nice.
Oh.
So, yeah, when it gets small like this, you're right on the swimmers. You can see. Look at that. They're just right
they're
there.
like
They're
right
just
there.
they're just sitting there watching you guys. That's pretty funny. But I can say that when it's small like this, like they said, it's so easy to get in and out that you can literally catch 50 waves in like an hour and a half.
I was trying to do the selfie.
Yeah, Keely's trying to hold the GoPro, so when you pull the GoPro out of your mouth, the GoPro's upside down, and it's kind of weird. You got to get used to that technique. Oh, here's some more waves. Tua, boom, back to Keely.
Make the snap.
Selfie mode. Yeah, I was like trying to not do too many turns to like lose, in order to lose the wave, you know. So I was like trying to do the selfie.
So you see here, there's water spots all over the GoPro. A lot of you guys asked us about water spots. You go, how do you guys prevent water spots, Atua?
Well, what I do is I just spit or lick the front of the lens on the GoPro.
The housing, right?
Yeah, the housing. I try to make it a habit because or else you regret it after.
Yeah, I forgot to do it.
Yeah,
today.
Keely forgot to lick the housing, and you can see that it just gathers big water spots like so. If you guys are wondering how to get those water spots, just make sure before you hop in the water, and then do it every like 10 minutes or so. You want to
Yeah.
lick it again.
I used to wonder how those professional surfers would get such awesome footage. It's amazing.
Boom. That was a nice turn. Look at that. There's guys standing there knee deep water, just standing right in front and watching you. And the GoPro makes them look a lot further away. They're like
Yeah.
right there.
It's a really wide angle lens.
That's
Yes.
I was doing some turns here, left another one,
Mhm.
and then kind of.
And you can see that we're heading towards the rocks, and that's where
Yeah.
Atua was snorkeling. So it's definitely been one of the longest small wave spells I've seen since we've been living here. It's been pretty small for like 10 days to 2 weeks, and I would say that this is abnormally small, almost like it is when on the other end of the spectrum when it gets really big, like when it gets like double, triple overhead. It doesn't happen that often per year at our break, but maybe 2 or 3 times a year for a couple days. Oh, there's another close call to it. The longboard.
Yeah, I was gonna go for maybe a floater, but then I saw the longboard there, so you gotta be careful of them.
There's me trying to stay on the water. As you can see, I was like sinking and bogging out.
Here's me with a little right, and I did like kind of floater-ish. Kind of.
Kind of floaterish. And we've been going out later in the day too, because it's, for some reason, I mean, this year has been so crowded lately. There's been so many cabinas and so many new hotels that have built in our area that it's crazy. 5 years ago, there was nobody surfing. 5, 6 years ago, almost nobody at this beach. And now, in the morning, between like 7 and 9 o'clock, it's jam-packed. So we've been actually going out a little bit later to basically niche out a little, time when it's not so crowded. And I mean, there's still people out there, but we've been going out. So the conditions aren't the greatest. You can see there's a little bit of texture on the waves, but
Yeah, this is like my last wave. As you can see, there's like no people out because pretty much everyone had already gone in.
when we first came out, it was packed. And then
Yeah.
like half an hour later, like everybody went in to go to lunch. So then we stayed out for another, 20 minutes?
Yeah,
Oh,
sometimes like a little time in the middle of the day where everyone's like eating lunch or something.
yeah. But still, in our minds, we still love it. We still think of it as an awesome place to be. So we're not quite yet looking for a new place, but maybe if you guys got any ideas where we can explore. I was thinking Portugal would be a cool place to explore, and of course Australia. We got to get out there eventually. That's just a matter of money. I believe that was the last wave, Atua.
Yep.
I think it is wrapping up this session. So yeah, we have some things that we want to do, and we were thinking about going to some more places and hit some other spots, but our car is broken. It just broke down. Our plan was after the new year, once we got in the new year, to kind of like maybe investigate a few other spots and do some surf trips. But that's it for today, I guess. We'll pick it up in the next video.
Pura vida?
And
Yeah.
aloha.
We'll see you guys in the next video.